Hey guys, it's Catherine with another tip here for your business on Instagram. So, I actually shared a post today and I will share it in the description box. And it's all about how you can use your product or service. Like, what other ways or uses does it have? Um, a lot of times when you're promoting your products and services, especially via Instagram, you run out of ideas on how else to post it. You run out of ideas on in what other ways can I post this? How many other times can I say the same thing, etc. And not only do you get bored, but other people get bored. Your followers get bored, your audience gets bored, and then you're going to hit those what I like to call dry spells when you're not getting any followers, any new comments, any new likes, etc. So I recently posted this, and again, I will share it. I like to find interesting ways of marketing and advertising that other companies do. And there was one, it was by the Ziploc company or the Ziploc brand. And what they did was they had, let me see if I can share it with you guys. They shared this picture of basically it was a interesting way for you to be able to save soup. So if let's say you make a big batch of soup and you want to save single servings, so they gave you a tip for you to freeze them in a muffin tin, and then after they're frozen you can take them out and put them in a Ziploc bag. So the soup and the muffin tin have nothing to do with Ziploc, but they used this out of the box tip in order to be able to incorporate their product. Okay, so the point with this post that I wanted to share with you guys is to teach you to think of your product and service in out of the box ways. How else can your product be used? What else can it be used for? Maybe you make handmade bracelets and they can be also be used as keychains or something like that. Maybe you teach a Zumba class and this Zumba class is also great for people with, I don't know, back problems, who knows? So think of how else your product can be used. Think of how else your service will be useful, or who else can use it, who else it will be useful for. You understand? This is how you can think of new ways and out of the box ways to present your product and service to your audience. A tip that I gave you guys that I shared with on my Instagram account and my Instagram feed, which by the way you can feel free to follow me at Catherine Geraldo. I will share the link in the description box. Which P.S. as a little side note, I share most of my content for businesses on Instagram through Instagram, so I rarely get to create these videos and update that. So if you are interested in getting these tips, and I highly recommend following me over on Instagram, only because I don't really get to share as much here on YouTube. With YouTube I do more of the tutorials and stuff, but today I was called to share some tips with you guys here via YouTube. So anyway, so a tip that I have for you guys, if you have no idea how else your product can be used or service can be used, then I highly recommend checking out Pinterest. For those of you who are not familiar with Pinterest, it's another social media kind of program where you can create boards. So you can, or wish lists in a way is what I like to call. So they're boards, but you can make them of things that you like, things that you wish you can do, crafts, etc. And what people do on Pinterest is they come up or they use Pinterest as a platform to show and showcase how else products and services can be used. So they come up with these really cute and cool ideas for things or hacks, and they post them on Pinterest. So what you can do is you can go on Pinterest and do a simple search. Maybe, okay, for example, handmade bracelets. What you can do is you can search that term, if that's what you make, if that's your product, and see what else people are coming up with, what other ideas. Okay, so I like to say that if you are out of inspiration for what other uses your product or service has, then I highly recommend checking out Pinterest. It's a great way to start to check out what other people have used your particular product or service for, and this will give you some nice out of the box ideas. Okay, and then with Pinterest it leads you to other websites, so that's what it's kind of like, you're gonna go down a rabbit hole with information. So I highly recommend if you have hit a roadblock with how else to present your product or service, then that's a great tip for you guys. That's a great way for you to start. Check out Pinterest and see what other people are using a similar product or a similar service that you offer as well. So that's a great place to start. Yeah, so again, guys, if you are interested in getting all these tips for your business on Instagram, then I highly recommend first following me on Instagram, because that's going to be the main source of information. And then any other tutorials, etc., I will post them here on YouTube. You can check out my playlist. I have a Make the Sale with Instagram playlist, and that's where I have all of my Instagram tutorials. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just want to give you guys a heads up. I have a workbook available right now. It's a hashtag Instagram for business workbook. It's all about the hashtags. So it's not a big workbook. It's a nice, concise, but also impactful workbook that you can easily print, that will teach you all about hashtags on Instagram. A lot of people don't know this, but hashtags are what will open up your posts to be viewed by the millions of users that are on Instagram currently. Okay, so you want to learn how to be strategic with your hashtags. You want to learn how to be strategic with your posts. And the way that you can do that is by reading my workbook. And it's only $5.99. So for less than $6, you can learn all about how to use hashtags for your business to open up your posts to be viewed by millions, as well as for your Instagram account to be followed by your audience, reaching your target audience in order to get them back over to your website to make the sales. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will be in touch. Bye.